Shoot from outside. You break it. Body. Body, not her. Body. Body, not her. There it is. The line. Give me the line. He's tired. The line. He wants to quit. Let's make him quit. Come on. It's my horse. Roll again. Fuck up, man. Let's go, baby. Stand up. The line. The line. He working. After 2 and 3. Wait till we go out. Watching that far flashing. That's the PlayStation. Check my show, man. I'm living. Let's celebrate my family. Niggas be giving what it's gonna do. That's money gun. Daddy's money. Daddy's money gun. Drop it. Make him go home. Here inside the Bayou Music Center, the blue corner, forms referee Alejandro.
Here inside the Bayou Music in the blue corner, informs referee Alejandro Leon, their fighter can no longer continue, forcing him to stop this contest with an official time of 55 seconds of round number 4, declaring the winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, Ben Menddees.
4 fights, 4 knockouts, none more profitable than this one as Big Ben Menddees catches the Subway KO bonus in our opening contest. A good-looking prospect from here in
Ladies and gentlemen, and with that knockout, guess what? Some lucky fans.
Oh, definitely. And like I said in the beginning, in his walkout, he's very, very confident, but the kid backs it up. Like he's almost too confident, but I love it when he gets in there and he does the job.
I mean, you gotta have confidence if you're gonna rock that kind of mullet as well, and so he has earned it with that knockout. As we take a look at the final punch stats here, and obviously in favor of Ben Menddees, you see outlanding Mo Siriki, 60-18. Siriki trying to hang in there with Ben Menddees, throwing 134, but obviously outgunned here by Big Ben in our opening contest.
These punch stacks made me appreciate the stoppage a little bit more, because to get hit 60 times, even in a completed 6 rounds, is a lot with a heavy puncher like Menddees. So shout out to the corner for saving that guy. Lopez, that is, corner man.
Well, coming up next, we have our OTX Pink Slips fight between Texas's very own Fabian, the Unknown Warrior Diaz, taking on East LA's Dorian El Pentarita Menddees. This isn't just a fight, it's for Pink Slips. Don't go anywhere.
Introducing Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Lots of protein, tasty sauce, all under 500 calories. Keep moving with Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
Boxing, fighting, that's the oldest language in the world. You're not just throwing punches. You're picking up the torch from every single warrior who's ever spoke.
Got some serious heavyweight business to attend to.
Yeah, I like it.
A fighter has a look in his eyes. A look that can tell over 1,000 stories. A look that says, I am not built to laugh.
Yeah.
For I am built to break things. And that is why the fight is so sacred, because win, lose, draw. That's all that matters.
Back live here in Houston, Texas, as the crowd has filled in here at the Bayou Music Center, and we are ready for one of the unique concepts here at Overtime Boxing. Every OTX card, there is one slot reserved for a pure 50-50 fight between hungry, unsigned talent. It's not just a fight, it's for pink slips. Win and you take your opponent's pink slip, a winning bonus, plus you punch your way onto a future OTX card. Lose and you go home. So tonight we've got a pair of unbeaten, hungry prospects ready to go at it and put it all on the line as we take a look at our tale of the tape. Fabian Diaz taking on Dorian Menddees. You see the measurables. Menddees with a height and reach advantage coming into this one, and he's coming in off a major upset. More on that in just a few moments as well. A fantastic looking matchup here in our second contest of the night, and we are ready to meet the fighters. Let's send it back up to Lupe.
Making his way to the ring, Dorian Menddees.
So here comes the 21-year-old Panterita Menddees, and I referenced that big upset that he scored last time out. That was a 6-round split decision over Leo Rubalcaba in Long Beach in June of this year. If you recognize that name, Rubalcaba is one of Robert Garcia's prospects. You've seen him on DAZN, you've seen him on Matchroom shows. Menddees was a plus 820 underdog on some sports books, and went in and scored the upset on a card that was at least partially promoted by Robert Garcia. You couldn't have stacked the deck more against him that night.
Yeah, Rubalcaba is the guy that had to draw against Israel Mercado, you know? So this guy, I just expect to see a really good fight tonight. And the last pink slip fight, something about that, it gives them more reason to just give it all, leave it all in the ring. It's more incentive for sure.
His counterpart, Fabian Diaz.
Here comes the 2016 Junior Olympic gold medalist, Fabian Diaz, also a silver medalist at Nationals in 2021. A man who comes from a fighting family, but guys, is also part of the broader learning tree, let's say, of another fighting family, the Figueroa brothers, who are also from the Rio Grande Valley. Fabian Diaz, a man who's learned from both of them and is hoping to be the next star that comes out of his region.
Just like the Figueroas, he's getting brand deals real early, you know, with the boss deal. But Figueroa, I think he was like a model, the young Omar, you know?
Corey doesn't even have to come to fighter meetings to know all of this.
Corey is the fighter meeting.
We continue with the action inside the Bayou Music Center, downtown Houston, Texas. This is OTX 16. This is our pink slips match set for 6 rounds in the super lightweight division, judging at ringside. Our officials, we have Jesse Reyes, along with Esther Lopez, and Jose Roberto Torres. Now, ladies and gentlemen, 2 undefeated fighters, but one of them is gonna take an L tonight. Introducing first, in the blue corner, he is making his Lone Star State and OTX debut, and he knows tonight is all or nothing as he puts his undefeated record on the line, consisting of 6 victories. 2 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Boyle Heights, Los Angeles, California, Dorian Panterita Menddees. His opposition across the ring in the red corner. He knows tonight it is win or go home as he puts his undefeated record at stake, consisting of 8 victories, 1 bout even, 4 of those victories coming by way of KO. Repping the RGV Edinburgh, Texas, the unknown warrior, Fabian Diaz. Ladies and gentlemen, there's one more bit of business to attend to. Remember, the winner goes on, and I'm sorry, but the loser has got to go home. We have our OTX executives, Brandon Rose, along with Britton Harden. Let's make this official, gentlemen. Let's stamp those pink slips once and for all. With final instructions, our referee, James Green.
Okay, gentlemen, you got your instructions in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times and obey my commands at all times. Touch them up, back to your corners.
It is round 1. It is the money round. The Subway KO bonus is on the line.
So the pink slips have been stamped. Which of these 2 fighters will stamp their ticket to a future OTX card? Will it be Fabian Diaz? Will it be Dorian Menddees? Round 1, scheduled for 6.
One thing I like about Overtime is how they treat their young fighters. I said that from the beginning when we first started at OTX 5. They treat these guys like you get treated when you're a star, you know? So I know these guys are gonna give their all in here.
You know, Diaz told us that he doesn't like to get hit, but he does like to feel his opponent's power early to know if he can walk in more confidently.
He's coming in here with 2 marks underneath his eyes. He probably had some tough sparring.
Sharp
before he got here.
From Diaz a moment ago. Menddees, quite the opposite. He doesn't mind getting hit at all. If you watched that Rubalcava fight, that was 6 rounds of total chaos.
100%.
And I'm sure he would like to create that here tonight as well.
And one thing I can say about Menddees is that he's calm. He's calm, he's patient, he's good in there. And what I'm seeing from Diaz right now, Diaz, he wants that action. He wants that action, but he wants it from the wrong distance right now. But he's throwing shots like uppercuts from far. You know, he just wants to land something heavy.
Menddees is a young warrior. Both these guys, 21 years old, very young in the game.
An uppercut there from Diaz.
It's good to have something on the line, guys. I mean, late on in your career, you fight for world titles, but early on, have something on the line. I think it's great for these young fighters.
That's a good point. That's like 2 rappers fighting for a record deal right now.
All right. Battle rap.
Loving right hand there from Diaz. Another uppercut, but back comes Menddees on the inside. Titanic right hand, and back comes Menddees again.
Diaz just found that. He found the distance, man. He found the distance, connected some big shots. But Menddees is in the pocket, landing a couple of shots of his own.
And those shots aren't budging Menddees at all. He's able to take that. We've seen this in some of his fights. This kid is a young warrior.
Right, that was a great overhand right. Another one by Menddees.
This is exactly what you would expect. Talking about Menddees from a fighter who comes from the Javier Capetillo gym. You think of the fighters that Capetillo Sr. trained over the years. Basically all of them high-volume pressure fighters, and he is very much in that mold.
You know, Menddees fights with something more, something spiritual. His father passed away, but he says his mother is still around, and he wants to make her proud.
Body work there from Menddees. Back comes Fabian Diaz, firing away up top. Oh, big right hand again there from Diaz. Menddees just continues to walk forward.
They're both landing some great shots, but that was the biggest shot of the fight so far.
Menddees needs to definitely get off the line and move his head a little bit more. He's getting hit with clean shots.
What an opening round from Diaz and Menddees.
He ate that shot, but that's his style.
That was a hard shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the final bell, the action continues at the OTX.
Introducing Subway's new Fresh Fit menu, featuring 4- and 6-inch subs with 20 grams or more of protein, tasty sauce, and a full serving of veggies, all under 500 calories. That's 20 grams of protein without sacrificing flavors. Sandwiches include grilled chicken and avocado, seasoned steak and avocado, turkey and ranch delight, and ham and turkey stacker. Keep moving with Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
I could do the 6 inches. I want to diet, not the 12 like last time.
Corey, you got to do something about that, man. You can't do those reads, and we have to have some of that food here. Please, Subway, send us some sandwiches for the next overtime fight. I mean, like OTX 17. Let's get that.
Let's see if Menddees makes some adjustments and stays off of that line after letting a few punches go.
We've got a heck of a fight on the menu right in front of us here between Diaz and Menddees. Big uppercut again. Diaz has landed about 6 of those flush. Chopping left hook there from Diaz again.
Patience is out the window with Menddees. He's in there. He's just trying to land some really big shots.
Also, if Menddees also, again, lets the jab go as he's coming in and move his head a little bit more, the pressure will be more effective, because you can't give Diaz room to land those type of shots right there. He's in perfect range and distance.
Right. Since you said it, he threw a couple of them, so maybe that's what he's trying to do, trying to work his way in there.
Oh, these uppercuts just raining in from Fabian Diaz. Now going downstairs to the body as well. You know, Menddees is doing good work going to the body. The problem is that Diaz is just waiting for him to go to the body. That's triggering these uppercuts.
100%. One thing Diaz has good is he has good timing and punch selection. You see how he just weaved that one and came back with the straight right twice.
Menddees is willing to take a few to land those body shots to see maybe if it wears him down in the next couple of rounds, but he's taking some leather, guys.
Yeah, and he's got a big problem. Look at underneath his right eye. There is both a cut and swelling, I believe, and from our vantage point, it does not look good. And there's another uppercut that will not help matters.
And I understand Menddees' style, and I think it can be effective. It's just Diaz is making it look ineffective at the moment, and he seems to be the bigger puncher right now. Diaz is landing the harder shots that you actually see Menddees' head popping back.
Normally, a style like Menddees is very effective when you go in 12 rounds fights down in deep waters when he breaks a guy down. Not enough rounds in here to really take a guy into deep waters.
That's a good point. You got to be a heavy puncher to get the guy out within these 6 rounds.
Good shot landed there by Menddees there.
Okay, there's a little holding, and that was initiated by Diaz. I wonder if he's a little winded.
Or maybe a little hurt by that left hand.
Or maybe just trying to break up the action.
As hard as all those shots, I still haven't seen Menddees really budge as far as like being hurt.
No, not at all.
Legs are still there.
Not at all. He's eating every shot easy. With the blood trickling from his nose.
He's taking some steps back, so a little bit of an adaptation to his approach, switching stances. He was backing up a little bit, but now back to what he knows. All out pressure. As Diaz just soaks it up in the corner there. And we're gonna get a look at Menddees' eye, which could be a big, big problem in this fight.
I don't think it's a major cut. Definitely a mouse on there. It might get swollen and shut his eye, but...
Was it underneath the eye, though?
Underneath the eye, okay. It's a small cut. I think the doctor has come to look at it.
Yeah, some good work being done in the corner of Menddees, trying to get that under control. Because mid-fight, you're right, that looked like the exact kind of swelling that shuts the eye pretty quickly.
I mean, the ref got a good look at it, and he didn't call a doctor over, so.
Round 3 underway as Fabian Diaz comes out launching that left hook immediately.
Okay, you see Menddees with that hand, that right hand up real high, protecting that eye.
Has to make a serious adjustment, guys, here. Menddees, that is, and do something about those shots that he's taking if he wants to get back into this fight.
Yeah, he's feeling something. He's feeling something because he's a little bit more tentative. If you looked at after he throws his shot, that right hand gets glued right back to the face, and he's looking for a shot to come back.
Or maybe he just wants to fight smarter in these few rounds and maybe pick his shots because he's letting his jab go. Better game plan for him, to be honest, guys.
And in a 6-rounder, guys, as we know, you have to make these adjustments quickly. You can't take a couple rounds to figure out what's going to work. Sometimes you've got to try stuff in the 2nd round, in the 3rd round.
Absolutely. That's why you see great fighters. I mean, great fighters with draws early in their career because they didn't do enough in 6-round fights, 4-round fights.
Very true. Good point. I mean, both guys have put in some good body work too. See, that little rolling would serve Menddees well after landing those body shots. But Diaz is the quicker fighter, has a quicker hand.
Uppercut again there from Diaz.
Home run. He lucky that miss.
This is 2 different approaches to inside fighting as well. You see the bladed stance of Fabian Diaz, that squared up stance from Dorian Menddees.
I'll tell you guys, Menddees is getting hit with a lot of shots, but I love his inside style. If he would move his head a little more and keep his hands up, he'll be very effective. Great body work. But right there, once you let 2-3 hands go, you have to get off the line.
And I think when it was in the middle of the round, I think Menddees, he made Diaz go to sleep a little bit with those little small pity pads, and then he ripped up top.
Just a second ago, Fabian Diaz dipped to his left. He was looking for that Gervonta Davis on Leo Santa Cruz uppercut, and it just missed.
Yeah. Gotta be timed properly.
Menddees.
Left hook there for Menddees.
Menddees' corner is screaming jab, jab before you get into jab, jab. Something that he hasn't really done throughout the fight.
That's a good call earlier.
There's the uppercut again from Diaz. It comes back with another one. Boy, nothing seems to deter Dorian Menddees.
No, see, Menddees, he'll land 2 or 3 tapping shots, and Diaz rips a hard one. So this round was pretty tough to score. Good shots to end this round. I think that round could have gone either way, guys.
Well, let's continue with that thought, Hawk. Let's take a look at the YouTube poll here. It is indeed a tough fight to score. The poll right now, 54% of our viewers feel that Fabian Diaz is ahead, 46% for Dorian Menddees.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with the YouTube poll because the harder and more telling shots have been landed by Diaz. But Menddees, you know, with a couple rounds left in his fight, still has a shot to get back into the fight.
Yeah, but I just don't agree with the percentage because obviously I would say Diaz is winning the fight.
Of course.
You know, Menddees just had a really good round, and it's very competitive, but the harder shots, I mean, sometimes it's different watching it on TV, and you can't necessarily see the impact of each shot.
Round 4 underway. What has been a battle between Fabian Diaz and Dorian Menddees. 2 21-year-olds vying for a spot on another OTX card. And both men already very deserving, but one of these men is going to be handed a pink slip at the end of the night.
What an entertaining fight here. I mean, I tell you guys, I really like Menddees' left hook to the body, but he has to make adjustments when he gets back in the gym on how to move out of the way after that shot. right there, guys.
Well, it's worth pointing out the disparity in terms of amateur experience between these two as well. Fabian Diaz, you mentioned the tournaments that he won. He had over 100 amateur fights. Dorian Menddees, a reported 4 amateur fights.
Yes.
So this is someone who has learned on the job in the Capetillo gym as he just absorbed 2 more big chopping right hands from Diaz.
And these are some big shots from Diaz. I'll tell you, the best thing that Menddees probably did is he started going to the body more, making Diaz drop his hands rather, and that's how those overhand shots are landing.
It's a fan-friendly style and very entertaining, but I would love for Menddees' team to get back in the gym and make some adjustments on his defensively. Because you want a young, exciting fighter like that to have a long-lasting career. And it's too early at 21 to be getting hit with shots like that.
Oh, that was a good left hand by Menddees. So.
And again, this is also what happens when you step up against a fellow prospect, but you're right. You know, you can only have but so many of these fights. There's only so many spots on your punch card.
He's having great moments right now, Menddees. But whenever you feel like whenever you see him having a moment, Diaz will land a huge shot and stop the momentum.
Well, from the judge's perspective, too, all of these shots from Diaz, they're noticeable and they're memorable. There's a gasp in the audience when these uppercuts are landing.
But what about those tapping shots that are landing by Menddees? Like, how are the judges scoring these rounds?
Yeah, what
most
weight
of those
do
are
they
body
give?
shots, too.
Yeah, pure volume, pure pressure.
I always like to give the guy scoring the clearer telling shots the edge in those exchanges. But, you know, it's all about look, those are great shots, but then he gets hit with a straight right, pulling back.
But again, if you're thinking about ring generalship, let's say here, Fabian Diaz doesn't seem uncomfortable with what's happening. So even though Menddees is doing what he wants to do in terms of moving forward, he hasn't made Diaz uncomfortable quite yet.
No, in fact, I think Diaz is allowing it at times to be able to counter big shots.
Yeah, maybe he just doesn't have it. He doesn't have the gas to throw as many combinations, but he does have the speed. So when he gets hit one time, to land maybe a 3-punch combination.
Pacing himself.
Been around hoes to fuck Biggie and Pop. Feel the railroad, ass took it to the top. She give you some brains, you let her throw up the rock. Let her put on your chain, she'll throw you some cock. Picture that, like Megan Good and Jamie Foxx. Hype said it's a rap.
You gotta put your output on that shit, right? Stop fucking around. You know where you're doing.
Two to go here in our pink slips contest between Fabian Diaz and Dorian Menddees.
You know, as tough as Menddees is, I have to give a lot of credit to Diaz, who's also showing dog in there by being able to deal with that pressure from this young kid and not really budging, still landing big shots, still being able to be comfortable in the pocket there.
And I think the last 2 rounds were pretty good for Menddees, and you never know what the judges are seeing.
All right. Still 2 rounds left here.
Connects there from Menddees.
I think if Menddees did a little bit more turning after the pressure, both sides would be able to give Diaz a couple of angles so he won't have those clear paths to those shots that he's been landing.
It's that uppercut again.
Diaz doesn't look tight, but he's just not, he doesn't have the same output. Maybe he's picking his shots a little bit better.
Guys, there's not a CompuBox designation for uppercuts, but if there were, this might be approaching a record for uppercuts landed in a 6-rounder.
When you see that the opening's there, let it go.
I tell you,
look at the work here from Menddees, though. Just absolutely relentless, undeterred, despite those uppercuts we're talking about.
He reminds me of a veteran Mexican fighter, you know, that's had 40 fights already.
No, 100%. Just now when they was in the corner, his right hook to the body, because he's in a southpaw stance, reminded me of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Yes.
Even though he's right-handed.
And I don't
seriously.
Even
just for a second.
Yodi Boy Campas, he gives me Yodi Boy Campas vibe. You go watch him, very similar style. This young Mexican kid is beyond his years. He just has to work on defense.
And that was from the southpaw stance. He switched back to orthodox, but it just goes to show he can dig from both sides with power.
Man, I tell you, I like this kid Menddees, and he might not win this fight, but definitely a tough young man.
Final 30 seconds
30
of the round.
to go in the round.
This is a competitive round. I don't know.
I mean, this is one of the best rounds of the fight for Menddees, for me.
I would say, arguably, that the last 2 rounds been Menddees' rounds.
I say they were close. I say they was close. It depends on what the judges like. You know, it could be the sharpness and the smoothness of Diaz.
I mean, if
the pressure from
if you
Menddees.
value in pressure.
This volume in the second half of the round was overwhelming from Dorian Menddees, and you see Diaz.
He's in the
back
wrong
against
corner.
the ropes.
Oh, that was so strange to me.
Menddees went to the wrong corner.
Diaz just watched him. Diaz is saying, like, okay, what is he doing going to my corner?
Maybe those big shots are actually doing some damage here.
I think there was some confusion as to what round it was. I think that he was going to the corner to congratulate
That's
the corner.
what it was. Right.
He heard Lupe
Good
say,
call.
hey, there's 30 seconds left in the round. They
That
thought,
makes sense. That makes
Is this
sense.
the final round?
Right.
Escúchame bien, ¿ok? Respire profundo. Todo nada, esto se trataba, ya sabía, te dije, hay que tirar putazos. Esto no es ningún regalo, nada le iban a dar, mijo. Tenía que venir bien preparado mental, lo venía, está cayendo al juego de él. En vez de corretearlo, córtele el puto ring. Tenemos que partirle su madre como der lugar. Ya es el último. Vámonos.
Final round. This is the money round. The Subway KO bonus is on the line.
Sixth and final round, the money round, the pink slip hanging in the balance. A big step up, or a step forward in the future of one of these 2 young men, and they are fighting like it here tonight.
It looked like Diaz chose to stay in the pocket in this round and just trade with Menddees. Big shots.
If Menddees brings that right hand up, he would be able to block a lot of those left hooks, because Diaz just landed clean 3 or 4 left hooks at the beginning of this fight.
Oh, beautiful combination.
Massive uppercut again.
Oh, Diaz is trying to close the show. I mean, they're both landing shots, don't get me wrong, but Diaz is trying to close the show.
He's loading up on those shots.
Listen, what did we learn last weekend, guys? No matter where you think you are on the scorecards, no matter what you think they look like, closing the show and going hard in the final round is always a good idea.
Very important. Great point. Even on the biggest stage. Great counter punching by Diaz tonight. I think that's been a difference in this fight. Hard power counter punches. And obviously Menddees' power hasn't really bothered Diaz tonight. In other words, he wouldn't stay on the ropes that comfortably.
Well, the power might not be bothering him, but the output is certainly making him look a little uncomfortable right now. Earlier in the fight, it didn't look like that was the case at all.
But he's answering back, you know, even with those flurries landed by Menddees.
Oh, mouthpiece flew out the ring and hit Lupe Contreras.
That went all the way across the ring. A fastball.
I believe that was Menddees' mouthpiece.
I believe so,
Yes,
but
it was.
there's never a break in the action. When are we going to get the mouthpiece back?
Diaz is not worried about that. He wants to close the show with 45 seconds less. And seconds left, and also so does Menddees.
Yeah, well, you need a break in the action to get the mouthpiece back, but I don't know that we've had one since the opening bell.
There we go.
The referee had to take some liberties with that definition there.
Or was that Diaz's?
No, that was Diaz's.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good. Thank God the referee stopped that.
Yeah, it's for the best. Final 30 seconds of the contest.
I want everybody's teeth to go home with them tonight and not in their pocket.
30 seconds to go in the money round.
This pink slip fight is unbelievable.
Absolutely extraordinary action.
Explosive exchanges here to end this round.
Two prospects fighting like their careers are on the line here. What a fight.
Ooh! I'd hate to be a judge. That was great. That was crazy. That was crazy. Wow.
Could we get pink slips overturned?
I totally forgot I was calling the fight just now.
How about making our entire card pink slip fights?
We need to have pink slip night.
Yeah. Can we get disappearing ink on one of those stamps, maybe?
Yeah. If anybody deserves a second shot, it's Menddees.
Oh, 100%. He's a warrior.
Well, actually, we don't know where to fight.
Yeah, there is no guarantee.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
In terms of a winner here. We can pretty much guarantee that everyone tuning in enjoyed this one as we take a look back at some of the highlights. And this whole fight was a highlight reel.
Wow. The highlights might be too long because all we seen was this. This was the whole fight. Bam! Flush shots, especially from Diaz, but it was a non-stop punching from Menddees as well. This was an incredible fight. Plenty right hands landed by Diaz. Just that uppercut was beautiful. He was looking for the uppercut all night. That one missed. I mean, this was just a hell of a fight. And like I said, Menddees landed his fair share of shots. Good right hand and left hook right there.
Well, it's unfortunate that we have to issue a pink slip after this fight, but that's also what helped make this fight great. Let's find out the winner as we hand it back to Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, after going all 6 rounds here in this OTX pink slips bout, we go to the official scorecard. Remember, the winner moves on. The loser has got to go. Judge Torres scores it 58-56. And Judges Reyes and Lopez scored about identically at 59-55. For the winner, and moving on, from Edinburgh, Texas, the unknown warrior, Fabian Diaz.
Well, Fabian Diaz had to earn that one, and unfortunately, the pink slip will be handed to Dorian Menddees. But I suspect that is not the last that we will hear from Menddees or see of him on television, because that is a made-for-TV fighter, as is that man right there.
I say the right man won, but eventually we're going to have to get that pink slip back to Menddees because he needs to be seen again.
The right man definitely won, but I became a fan today of Menddees.
Well, the output in this fight was absolutely out of this world. We're going to take a look at the CompuBox punch stats. Remember, this is a 6-rounder, guys. Menddees chucked 596 punches to Diaz's 436. Menddees actually outlanded Diaz, but again, the story of the fight, you point to that connect percentage there. It was the accuracy, and it was the thump in those shots, particularly the uppercuts from Fabian Diaz.
Right, and you got to understand when it comes to landed punches, it could have been in the 2 rounds that one of the judges gave Dorian Menddees that he landed more shots. but it's a 6-round fight. So if you land more shots in those 2 rounds and the other 4 rounds you get outlanded, you lose the fight.
Yeah, well, Dorian Menddees, he'll be handed his pink slip, but I suspect that his inbox on Indeed is going to be filling up here tonight.
That's a fact.
Well, coming up next, we have our second super lightweight bout of the night as Houston's very own Oscar Perez takes on Miami's Malik Hands for Hire Lewis.
Introducing Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Lots of protein, tasty sauce, all under 500 calories. Keep moving with Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
October 4th, massive show at the Prudential Center. Undisputed king of bare knuckle. I'm #1 pound for pound. Anybody who think differently. I told you, motherfucker, I hate to fuck with. Look at me now, pay me my money.
Watch the National League on DAZN and follow your club all season long, because it's not just a game, it's your badge. Witness heart, passion and pride with every game live or on demand. 1-0 up or 2-0 down. Home or away, it's on. Plus action from the North and South leagues. Watch on DAZN and follow your club.
Back live here in Houston, Texas, and the crowd certainly got a treat with that pink slips contest, but now the Houston flavor is ready to come out. As we are ready for our next contest, and we'll take a look at the tail of the tape. It is Houston's own Oscar Perez taking on Malik Lewis. You see the measurables in favor of Malik Lewis, who hasn't been tested in quite the way Oscar Perez has, but Malik Lewis hoping that this is his breakthrough opportunity in his opponent's hometown.
Making his way into the arena, Malik Lewis.
So Malik Lewis makes his way to the ring. You see the nickname, Hands for Hire. A little bit of a double meaning. He's a nurse practitioner by day, a fighter also by day, but also by night. In his words, healing hands by day, warrior hands by night. And speaking of warriors, he's been trained by the legendary Glenn Johnson, who you see behind him. Somehow, a young Malik Lewis was able to convince Glenn Johnson to train him. He'd never trained anyone before. It's because of him that the Road Warriors is now training fighters.
Right, you figure you beat him up in the ring, and then you go to the hospital and you take care of him. And when we saw Glenn Johnson, we were stoked, because I know he was in Miami just doing like strength training and physical training, and I can't believe he's a real trainer now.
Amazing.
His opponent, Oscar Perez.
Well, Oscar Perez, very much part of the lifeblood of the Houston boxing scene. His last 7 fights have been here in Houston, and he has been taking the 8-round distance in his last 3 fights. But guys, if he had fought anyone other than the whalebone tough Cesar Juarez last time out, he would have had a knockout victory.
You're absolutely right. I mean, you're not knocking him out. Well, but I just think that this kid got a lot, and I'm excited to see him.
big personality, a big ticket seller here in Houston, and you know he would love to score the knockout here tonight. He's got a tough test in front of him in Malik Lewis.
No question about it.
We continue inside the Bayou Music Center, downtown Houston. This is OTX 16. This contest, a limit of 8 rounds in the lightweight division. Scoring at ringside, we have Coy Cittern, along with Esther Lopez and Reynaldo Campos. Presenting first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. Tonight, he accepts the challenge, enters enemy territory, and takes on another undefeated foe. With a pro record of 8 victories against 1 defeat, 5 of those victories coming by way of KO. Representing the MIA Miami, Florida, Malik Hands for Hire Lewis. His counterpart across the ring in the red corner just steps away from his hood. He looks to defend home turf and protect his city, as well as put his undefeated record on the line, consisting of 13 victories, 2 bouts even, 7 of those victories coming by way of KO. Puro North Side, Houston, Texas, Oscar Chato Perez. With final instructions, referee Joe Rodriguez.
All right, I gave you gentlemen instructions of my expectations in the locker room. Right here, punches above there is good. Right here and everything up there is good, okay? Touch them up, go to your corner. Good luck to both of you.
Round 1, this is the money round. The Subway KO bonus is on the line.
Houston's own Oscar Perez back in action tonight against Hands for Hire Malik Lewis. This one's scheduled for 8 rounds. Again, we mentioned tutelage of Glenn Johnson guiding Malik Lewis, and you just see immediately, guys, the way he throws his punches, in particular how he pushes that jab out. You can tell it was Glenn Johnson who taught him.
Yes. And Glenn told us that he doesn't sugarcoat anything. He just likes to tell his fighters the truth.
The difference with Glenn Johnson's jab is he'd take his head off that line, you know, a lot. He'd take his head off that line when he throw that jab.
Straight right.
That's one thing that Johnson always had, and clearly is trying to impart upon Malik Lewis. Whether he's winning or losing, everything he was throwing razor straight.
Yeah. And he had long arms, too.
Very straight punch thrower. Seems like Malik might be the have the quicker hands between the two in this matchup.
Left hand connects there from Oscar Perez.
Definitely a step-up fight for Oscar.
Lewis started as an MMA fighter, then began focusing on his boxing career, but
good pullback there.
I like his style, and that right hand is glued to the side of his face. I like that.
His right hand again down the middle there from Lewis a moment ago.
I just don't like his footwork. Lewis, you know, he's just a little off balance sometimes, like right there.
Just positioning, not knowing when to pull back his feet. I mean, one thing is to pull your torso back, but you have to move your feet back.
Absolutely.
But I still like him so far in this round. Good 1-2 attempt there by Oscar.
It's almost like his upper body is just way faster than his legs, and he's flat. He's flat sometimes.
See,
but look sharp, look sharp.
Neither guy taking advantage of it. I mean, if you're Malik, you want to start moving to your left, and if you're Oscar, moving to the right. Both guys are just standing in front of each other.
Men having their moments here in the opening round. Perez jabbing to the body.
Stepping on each other's feet, you know, that's what you get when you got a right hand versus southpaw.
Chopping left hand there from Perez. Again, we mentioned the level of opposition that Perez has faced, far superior to that of Lewis, and that's resulted in a pair of draws on the record of Oscar Perez. One in particular that's aged pretty well against Anthony Cuba. Gave a pretty good account of himself against Kermel Moten.
Yeah. For sure.
Shot there from Lewis, a good timing shot as Perez tries to get back with that right hook.
Perez did land a good straight left there in that, at the end of that exchange. But I would say if I had to give one of the guys each round, it would go to Lewis, who landed a lot of straight shots.
Round 2 underway. Both Oscar Perez and Malik Lewis having some success in that opening round as Perez tries to get his left hand working here as he aims it at the chest of Malik Lewis.
He started the round landing a big right jab, which is always good to start the round, a stiff power jab, setting the tone.
Full counter there from Malik Lewis. And one thing that he said about his style, and I think you're seeing it here even in the early going, he said that he's adherent to technique to a fault. That everything he's throwing is very technically sound. The question is, will the creativity and the movement here of Oscar Perez start to find some holes in this defense of Malik Lewis?
Yeah, and I think that the beginning of this second round is showing that a bit. Starting to pick his shots, tap to the body, stab to the body. Perez is starting this round off well. I thought he lost the first round.
Perez corner reminding him everything has to start with the jab. There's that pull counter right hand again from Malik Lewis. That's been a sneaky shot for him in this fight.
Remember, guys, this is an 8-rounder here. There's time.
I'm surprised Lewis is fast like this because he's not fighting on his toes. Everything he does is flat, but he's so fast.
That's fast hands. Wow, as he gets hit with a big looping left.
Yeah, because he pulled out with his chin in the air straight back. After that, he got that right hand back up. Yeah, I think if he would get on his toes, I'm sorry. I think if Lewis would get on his toes, he'd be a much better fighter. He's a little too flat because the bottom part of his body doesn't match the top speed.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a decorated amateur, not very experienced. Another guy learning on the job.
But naturally gifted, I see.
A man who's been pretty effective in a variety of different martial arts. You mentioned he started off in MMA and grappling and different forms of striking.
Both guys have decent power. Around 50% of their fights ending in knockout.
I think Perez needed to either throw the double jab or do a little more feints. So you can work your way in there against a fast fighter.
Malik hasn't thrown a real looping left hook yet. I mean, all of his shots are straight down the pipe. Not even a left hook to the body or up top.
Trading power shots there. Good shot from Lewis and from Perez as well.
Yes.
He's slipping a lot of shots by pulling back. Lewis, if he would maybe put some punches together, throw some uppercuts, followed by hook, he'll be able to land some shots.
Well, speaking of top prospects, the semifinals of the WBC Boxing Grand Prix from Riyadh gets underway on October 18th, live right here on DAZN. I can't wait to get back out there to Saudi Arabia, bro.
I love it. That tournament is a great additive to the sport. It's what the sport should have, especially at that level. I love it. I love when Glenn Johnson used to say, "I'm not the best, but I'm willing to fight the best."
Round 3 underway. Well, Glenn Johnson always took that lunch pail attitude, so to speak. Literally was a construction worker, and that's how he approached a fight. You can see him imparting that here on Malik Lewis. What he's doing isn't flashy, but it's consistent. It's technically sound.
And he's landing a lot of shots with that style, guys.
That straight right that he's landing, that counter, he's way off balance when he throws it, but it's so sharp, so fast it lands.
And that's why it's not doing damage,
right?
Because
he's off balance.
Doesn't have any leverage.
He doesn't have his feet planted at the top. Good left hand by Perez.
Putting a little more zip on these shots is Oscar Perez. And I should amend that. When I say technically sound, I mean it's arrow straight. And obviously, there's something he could add with his feet.
Yes, for sure.
But these straight shots are getting through. But right now, Oscar Perez
is hitting the target.
Yeah, he's having a good little run here over the last 25 seconds.
Yeah, he picked it up. And I like what Perez is doing now. He's going upstairs, downstairs, working the body. The corner effective pressure now.
Corner says something to get him a little bit more motivated. Let his hands go. So you got to win these rounds.
See, now he's starting to slip and roll with those shots after landing a shot or two.
Good work by Perez. Nice left hand to the body by Perez.
See, when you throw that left hand to the body, you're subject to getting hit, and you have to roll. That's where your natural reaction should be. Roll right away and get away, and he's doing that so far in this round.
And I believe he must have good coaching, because someone must have told him, get on the inside. Close that distance.
Stay close.
That's where you're going to win this fight. Right now, he's fighting a much better fight, closing that distance against Lewis.
That good trainer you just referenced, his brother, Eric Perez. And Oscar Perez has spent a little time working with Danny Garcia for a little while. He was in training camp with Regis Prograis. I think people are kind of waiting, guys, for that performance from Oscar Perez that announces that he's kind of hit that next level. We've seen him in a lot of good, competitively matched fights like this, and perhaps that's a reason why we haven't had a knockout in a couple fights from Perez.
Just took a little page out of the pound-for-pound best Terrence Crawford with that double left hand there.
I mean, Perez done sparred with the best of them. You know, he's been in there with Shakur, Jojo Diaz. He's been in there with the top guys.
Body work there from Perez. Even better right hook. Climbing the ladder, and there he does it again. Same combination, but Malik Lewis just stands in there, and these short shots every once in a while, they're enough to give Perez something to think about.
Great power shots landed by Perez in this round.
The referee is really letting them work. I love it.
Yeah, we gone. Stop. We good. Stop. Chill. We on. Scale. Let's go. Let me go. Let's go.
Let's take a look at the punch stats. See the output from both men. Very impressive. Malik Lewis outthrowing Oscar Perez 248 to 218, but Perez to this point outlanding Lewis 71 to 59.
You know, guys, you mentioned him sparring with Diaz. He got him ready for the Regis Prograis fight, and that was his main sparring partner for that.
It was a close fight.
Must be helpful to have a sparring partner who sparred with your opponent also.
Yes, absolutely.
That's clever work from the Diaz camp.
For sure.
Back to action here in the hometown of Oscar Perez. Lewis trying to find a lane to the body there with that right hand.
Yeah, and it'd be smart for Lewis to stay with this, the long game. See that? Oh, I mean, his range is just beautiful. I love the way he finished that with a strong jab. Stay in that range. Don't get pulled into that phone booth fight.
Good 1-2. Ooh, good uppercut, right uppercut to the body landed by Lewis there.
Combination there from Perez, partially blocked by Lewis.
But that's how you fight a flat foot fighter. You throw your shots and then go to his left. Go to Lewis's left. Get out of position. Put yourself back in position to throw another shot.
Both men this round kind of thinking along the same lines, trying to step to the outside and land that power shot to the body, or the backhand to the body, excuse me.
Neither guy has established their jab in this fight yet.
I would say Lewis's jab is there.
No, I mean right here, right in this exchange right here, he should be letting his jab go well. But Perez is just standing there. You got to work. You got to constantly work. At least moving, turning, but right now the jab should be thrown.
Stabbing right hand to the body from Lewis, and there he throws it again. He's behind it with the left hand.
And Perez gives him angles. He has a lot more success.
Inside the final minute of round 4.
Like that, 1, 2, 3, turn. Basic boxing.
Right. Great right hand by Perez. The hands of Lewis is faster than Perez, but the foot movement of Perez is faster than Lewis.
Definitely has the better footwork for sure. Lewis is still putting on effective pressure here, but smothering himself there in the corner, not having enough room to land those shots.
Final 30 seconds.
I see a left uppercut there for Perez. Goodness. Oh!
Big left hand there from Oscar Perez.
Great combination.
Maybe the biggest shot of the fight. Perez thinks he might have something here.
Turning up, Corey.
Trying to steal around the last 10 seconds.
Uncorking some power shots here.
That was smart. I don't, unless the ref said break, I don't know. But that was smart. You hold when the opponent drops his hands. If the ref does not say something, do like Floyd.
I mean, we didn't see the referee say anything.
Right.
He certainly didn't admonish Malik Lewis.
Right.
I think Lewis did the right thing.
It looked like the ref might have said, yo, protect yourself.
Protect yourself at all times.
We're going to show you that replay because that was a moment. Great combination punches by Perez right there. Like I said, stealing around, great left hand. It forced Lewis to hold right here. We don't see the. I saw the ref. He said something like box. He said box. He didn't say break. It didn't look like he said break. That's why he didn't say anything to Lewis. Smart by Lewis. I don't know if it was enough to take that round back, but that was very smart. This is the 5th round. These guys definitely gotta win these rounds. Oh, good head movements by Lewis.
Halfway through the fight.
I like the pressure. I like the pressure, but I like the pressure from Lewis, but it's from the right distance. Not like you said last time, he smothered his shots. He's keeping the right distance and pressuring at the same time.
Yeah, he has to work on throwing round punches in close. That's why he can't get shots off, because he's only used to throwing straight shots. Up close, you have to throw round punches, whether they're body shots hooked up upstairs.
It's good shots by Perez right there. Good 1-2.
Again, as we established early on, it's the footwork and the creativity of Oscar Perez, but it's the basics and the persistence of Malik Lewis. Those are kind of the key weapons on either side of the fight.
Yeah, and that's why to this point, I'm not sure who's winning this fight, guys. Maybe you give the edge to Perez because he's landed some bigger shots, but I think Malik is doing great work as well.
Go. Step back. Box.
He was fighting in his first 8 rounders. We'll see if that tempo that he's held thus far, if that can keep up the latter stages of this fight.
Yeah, seems to be in great shape.
Both guys.
Yeah.
Again, guys, you see in the middle of that, great shots there. Uppercut, right hook landed by.
I couldn't tell if that landed from this point, but I know that sweat was all over the place.
Definitely.
Good shots by Perez.
Inside the final minute of this round. Perez using a little more movement here. Yeah, he's trying to walk Lewis into that chopping left hand. He found exactly what he was looking for there.
I think that's smart. I think that's smart for a fighter that has good legs. When you're dealing with a fighter that's coming forward, stepping with his heel first, you move and you jab and you step. You jab and step, jab and step.
You know, Lewis showing a lot of toughness in this fight. You know, you mentioned Glenn Johnson. He convinced Glenn, the Road Warrior, to train him, but started by the Road Warrior seeing him sparring and took interest after that sparring session.
But an excellent second half of this round here for Oscar Perez, who might have just banked this round, particularly with that 2-1 he started to introduce right before the bell.
All right, we're in the 6th round. This is an 8th rounder, and I seen Lewis signal to the referee and say, "What round is this?" And Corey said, "You know, this is his first 8th rounder." So
there was an attempt right there to throw some round body shots there, but he's not comfortable in that space.
You think so?
Something he has to work on. But good jab landed there by Lewis.
Oh,
I think the difference in this fight, Barack, is the footwork of Perez and being able to throw shots from different angles.
Yes.
Seems like Lewis can only throw shots from that mid-range distance.
Straight, fast, but we're dealing with the 6th round now.
And great round shots landed by Perez there, who's backing Lewis up.
I don't know. I think he might have felt those shots, Lewis.
It definitely has made Perez step back at times when he has that onslaught on the way.
I like that Perez picked up
good straight
tempo.
right, lead right landed by Lewis there.
A little bit of a push there, obviously, from Oscar Perez. Gloves touching the canvas from Malik Lewis, but obviously no knockdown.
Right, he just threw a triple jab there and landed all those jabs against Perez.
When he throws it, it's good.
Yeah, it should be more of a laser jab, and he should be using that throughout this fight. If you're going to be a guy that's going to only throw straight punches, let the jab be the primary punch you're throwing throughout the fight. It'll take you around the world, as they say.
I think a plane ticket to do that, but I get it.
As missing over the top with that sweeping left hand. Perez, an amateur rival of Giovanni Marquez, we'll see coming up next here as he takes on Wesley Ferrer. An amateur contemporary of Darius Fulgham, who's sitting right behind us in the front row.
I like that kid. Good fight.
30 seconds
Had a
to go
tough
in the
fight with
round.
Beck the Bully.
An incredible fight.
Yeah.
Got a pretty good one right in front of us right here. This one is heating up here in the center of the ring. Both men trading some heavy shots there in that exchange.
All night tonight, Corey, even the fights that were off air.
Lewis taking his head off the line.
And there's that right hand to the body from Lewis right before the bell as we head back to the corners. Back to action here in what has been a highly competitive fight between Oscar Perez and Malik Lewis. And look at this from Perez just jumping all over Lewis at the beginning of the round.
Oh, I love it.
Starts the rounds, a lot of rounds he's starting off like that.
He's starting off like that, and he's trying to end the rounds like that, too. I love it.
Oscar Perez coming up, firing big right hook, and Malik Lewis is forced to hang on.
I don't know. It looked like it hurt him, but he had the strength to throw Perez into the ropes, so I don't know.
Oh, he's drawing on that grappling skill to maybe hold himself up.
Oh, this is a fight. This is a fight.
I'm not sure if he's hurt guys. I mean, big shot landed there by Perez.
Yeah.
Because of his footwork being off sometimes.
There you go.
He's a bit off balance.
Right, I think it was more the off balance because you're not going to have strength like that to turn your man, pick him up literally and just turn him into the ropes.
It was either a balance issue or he has incredible recuperative abilities because now he's firing right hands that are connecting.
And landing. And maybe Perez punched himself out there in the early part of that
jab.
round.
That is a great jab by Lewis.
Again, you've got to ask yourself, if Lewis hadn't started the sport late and hadn't had layoffs of 12 months, 14 months, and 19 months in his career, how much better could he be? Because he's a pretty darn good fighter in here, hanging in here with Oscar Perez tonight.
Or a full-time job, you know,
Yes.
being a nurse. And it's not like a nurse, you work 8 hours a day. You're working, exactly. You're working big shifts.
And by the way, you know, Lewis isn't looking for sympathy on that front. He said his dream was always to have a day job, to work in medical care, and then to practice martial arts at night. He's doing exactly what he wants to do.
He's living his dream, Corey.
Exactly.
I love it. So are we, gentlemen. So are we.
Absolutely.
Well, counter right hand from Malik Lewis. Think of how this round started, guys, and now look at the work that Lewis is doing in the final minute.
Yeah, I mean, if he had to recover from anything, he's recovered.
I mean, I love the way he shoots that lead right at. It's very effective against a southpaw.
A three-punch combination there.
Yeah, he needs to learn how to turn those punches over and throw his hips into it, which is what we talk about. Whenever we say sit down on your punches, you put your hip into it.
Big sweeping shots there from Oscar Perez.
Closing the round well. I mean,
this is the fight.
Wow. Good work by Perez there, guys. I mean, Lewis had some moments in the middle of that round, but Perez is trying to make sure, okay, I started this round strong. I want to end it strong, solidify it being my round.
One final right hand from Malik Lewis. Boy, these hands for hire are earning their daily rate.
I don't think Perez hired those hands, but he's getting them. He's getting them for free.
He wants to give these hands the pink slip.
one of the big shots of the fight was with this. That one just missed and landed to the back of the neck of Lewis, and that's why. That's why. See, from our angle, it looked like it landed flush. And that's what I was talking about when I said he needs to just turn those shots over and sit down on those punches using his hip. Because those shots landed, but it wasn't as effective as they could have been. So we thought Lewis was hurt by that shot, and that shot didn't land flush. It was just a lot of force.
Really good fight so far, guys.
Oh, Perez comes out with those hooks.
I got a strong feeling that neither guy is going down in this money round.
They've been taking some shots, and they both been taking them very well.
Left hand to the body there from Oscar Perez. And we'll see what the level of urgency is here from both men in the final round. Not that either man has been lackadaisical at any point in this fight.
Both guys, good condition. Very well in the stamina part.
You know, without scoring actively, you could see it being reasonable for either man to think that they're ahead coming into this final round, maybe thinking they're behind. You know, fighters obviously see the best in themselves throughout the round.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we've had wars all night. This one is probably the toughest one to score.
Chopping shot there from Perez on the inside.
Oh, good work by Perez. Evading shots and landing his shots on the inside.
Trying to force Lewis back a little bit. You see a little bit of a shove, but the physical prowess of Lewis.
So they're both in range, and that's where you got to throw that jab.
Perez has been in some good fights, tough fights. Though he has 2 draws, hasn't lost yet. So, you know, Lewis has tasted defeat once.
He's trying to hold on to that undefeated record, especially in his hometown.
Tribute to his mom there, back of his trunks.
Perez fighting in honor of his mother. Lewis fighting in honor of his father, who lost a long battle with cancer a couple of years ago. Both men letting it all hang out here in the final round. You see the exhaustion on the face of Malik Lewis, but still standing in there and trading. But it's Perez getting the best of this one.
I think Lewis has a Glenn Johnson chin.
Yeah, it appears that way so far. Hasn't shown a Glenn Johnson right hand, though. Not yet.
Final 30 seconds of
It's just the balance. Trust me, it's just the balance.
Down goes Malik Lewis.
He was so upset because he knows the fight was so close. He got up before the count even started.
Yeah, for sure.
Tough kid.
That might have sealed it for Oscar Perez.
Recovered instantly.
He got 8 seconds to get that back.
The seconds tick away in a fantastic fight, and you see the frustration on the face of Malik Lewis.
That
was
might have won him the fight.
Yeah, that was definitely the statement he needed in that round. And probably solidified his fight. We'll see what the judges say.
Take a look back at some of the fight highlights here, guys.
Yeah, this fight was full of ebbs and flows. Each of them had just great moments. They had clashed right there. But most of the fight was fought from right there on the outside. They both landed a shot at the same time. And this is how moments looked. Perez just unleashing left and right, wide shots, but landing flush, and then counter punching from Lewis. Great moments by both fighters. Oh, but that last round, last shot, an off balance.
Yes.
Lewis goes down. As you can see, not really hurt, buzzed a little bit, but being off balance can
Cause
get you
him that
put
knockdown.
down on your butt.
100%.
All right, we'll see if that was indeed the difference maker as we send it back up to Lupe Contreras with the official decision.
After going all 8 rounds inside the OTX ring, the official scorecard reads as follows. Judges Lopez and Campos score identically at 79-72, and Judge Citron scores at 78-73. All 3 in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Puro Northside, Houston, Texas, Oscar Chato Perez.
So Oscar Perez picks up the decision victory here tonight, but boy, did he have to earn it. A terrific effort from Malik Lewis, and that final round knockdown, the exclamation point on the victory for Oscar Perez.
Definitely earned this one.
Yeah, I see some tweaking that can be done in the corner of Lewis, man, and you're going to have a really good fight over there. But Oscar dug deep, and got that knockdown in the last round and sealed the deal.
Sealed it.
Oscar Perez now 14 victories in his pro career. We take a look back at some of the punch stats. See the story that these tell. Again, these two going punch for punch. Look at the punch output, nearly identical. Oscar Perez outlanding Malik Lewis 170-140. Malik Lewis was in this fight all the way through. Oscar Perez has got to be thinking, hey, can I get a cupcake matchup at some point here? He is in the deep end all the time.
I don't even think he wants that. I think he's a warrior. And I think the disparity in the punch landed, the 30 punches, came in the latter fight. You know, in maybe the last 3 rounds, because he really picked up the pace, Oscar Perez.
And that builds character, man. These tests early on in your career really shapes you as a professional fighter.
Well, coming up next, it is OTX's very own, the undefeated Giovanni Marquez taking on the 17-2-1 Wesley Ferrer. That's coming up after the break.
Introducing Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Lots of protein, tasty sauce, all under 500 calories. Keep moving with Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
X-Series on the zone, where superstars meet.
It's not going to be your usual show.
And chaos unfolds.
Are you not entertained?
Nights like no other, where anything and everything happens.
Are you kidding me?
Where dreams are built in a heartbeat and shattered in seconds. Defying expectations, where underdogs conquer.
That changes everything!
And champions are crowned.
Am I now the queen of misfits?
The Zone is the home of crossover boxing.
Here comes a shot, and there's the opening goal. He's able to shoot the gap, he makes a play. Took an uppercut there when he was sat on the rope, he didn't see him coming.
Back live here in Houston, Texas. OTX 16 has delivered thus far, and we've got 3 big fights still to come here tonight, including this one coming up next. Giovanni Marquez and Wesley Ferrer, the biggest step up in the young career of Gio Marquez as we take a look at the measurables. Just a slight reach advantage for the veteran Ferrer here tonight as the 24-year-old Giovanni Marquez tries to step a little closer to getting out of prospecthood and into contention. A win over Ferrer here tonight would go a long way to making that happen. Cuidado.
Making his way into the arena, Wesley Ferrer.
Well, here comes the two-time New York Golden Gloves champion, Wesley Ferrer. A man who you've seen on big televised events more than once. You saw him on Showbox back in the day, but last time out, he was stopped in 5 rounds by Kane Sandoval at Madison Square Garden on the Walsh-Villarreal undercard. But Ferrer says that he feels refreshed and motivated heading into this one.
Yeah, he got a tough fight ahead of him, but I think he's focused, and it's something about coming off of a loss that can really motivate a fighter to switch things in their camp.
And we've seen him in the gym, and he looks very prepared, and he knows what's at stake tonight.
Oh, they got his dance routine going
doing
right
the
here.
little dance.
I like it.
Big salsa guys. I like it. Wow. Oh! Okay. From Dominican descent.
Well, got the crowd going. I like that.
He says he thinks he's the only Dominican that isn't good at baseball, Corey.
that is ridiculous. That is a sin to not be good at baseball. Coming from the island where they're so great.
I got the crowd going, but we all know who the crowd is going to be behind here tonight in Houston. It's Giovanni Marquez. Let's take a closer look at the son of a world champion.
Fighting in my hometown in Houston's the best. People shouting Gio Marquez. My opponent should expect an electrifying crowd. Have a lot of support here, friends, family, fans, and that H-Town energy. I'm dedicated, I'm disciplined, and my desire to win and continue this legacy is what will set me apart from my opponent. The goal for tonight is a win, and not just a win in dominant fashion, and to give my friends, family, and followers a great showing. This Brooklyn kid doesn't stand a chance. Houston versus Brooklyn, I'm taking Houston every time. I'm Giovanni Marquez, and I'm coming for you, Houston.
His rival, Giovanni Marquez.
A 2021 National Golden Gloves champion, Giovanni Marquez, flanked by his father, the former world champion, and our frequent broadcast colleague, Raul Marquez. And Gio Marquez has been the target of basically any prospect in his weight neighborhood calling him out, but he wants to advance beyond them, establish himself as a contender with a victory over Wesley Ferrer. But during that feature, it seemed like Gio said something that might have offended you there, bro.
Oh, you caught that, huh? Well, what he said was, he said, Houston against Brooklyn, I'm taking Houston every time. And I was like, damn, bro. You have to say it like that. Just fight Ferrer. Don't fight Brooklyn.
Wait, Gio said that to you?
No, he just said that just now on the TikTok. What was that, with a TikTok shot?
That's right. Houston versus Brooklyn, but we promise we will remain impartial here tonight.
No, we won't. No, of course we will.
Let's send it back up to Lupe.
We continue inside the Bayou Music Center, Houston, Texas, and professional boxing's newest proving ground. OTX 16, this contest. 8 rounds or less in the super lightweight division. Our judges at ringside. We have Jesse Reyes, along with Esther Lopez and Jose Roberto Torres. Presenting first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. Tonight, he looks to prove that BK ain't scared of nothing as he faces off against his second consecutive undefeated opponent, making his OTX debut in his 21st bout as a pro with an outstanding record of 17 victories. Only 2 losses, 1 bout even, 8 of those victories coming by way of KO. Repping the DR and fighting out of Brooklyn, New York, El Bongocero, Wesley Ferrer.
From our home city.
Across the ring in the red corner. Tonight, this former National Golden Gloves champion looks to fulfill his destiny as he follows in the footsteps of his Olympian and world champion father and puts his undefeated record on the line, consisting of 13 victories, 6 of his victories coming by way of KO. Ripping his city of Houston, Texas. It ain't nothing but a G thing. Giovanni Marquez. Alejandro Leon.
Wesley, de aquí para abajo is low blow. Anything from here and down is a low blow. Gentlemen, you know my expectations. I want a clean fight. Let's touch gloves. Back to the corners.
Opening round, this is the money round. The Subway KO bonus is on the line.
So we are ready for action here between Giovanni Marquez and Wesley Ferrer, and we have called in the reinforcements at the commentary desk as we are now joined by top 154-pound contender Andreas Katsarakis, the newly married Katz as well. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, guys.
Katz, obviously you're very familiar with Giovanni Marquez, your fellow Houstonian. What are you expecting in this contest tonight?
Yes, sir. I expect Gio to have a smart fight, box from the outside in the beginning until he gets comfortable, gets in the inside, and keep working there. I want to see some jabs from him, and I mean, what we're seeing here, just crowd his opponent and keep working.
Katz, Saturday, the biggest fight of the decade, Canelo versus Crawford. Brandon Adams fought, and he fought a really, really good fighter, and he won. He fought a guy that gave Virgil Ortiz problems.
Yes.
You know, what did you think about that? Because it made your win over him look a lot better.
Look, Brandon made a wonderful fight. I mean, it looked like to me he has Bohachuk's number. I think if they run this fight 10 times, Adam's gonna win all the 10 times. He looked great. I really liked what I see. I mean, I would like to have Bohachuk without the second defeat from Adams.
Yes.
But yeah, Adams looked very nice.
And the reason you said that is because that was supposed to be you in that ring. But
yes, sir.
You chose your wedding. I mean, did you have...
Chose your wife or Bohachuk?
I mean, wife. I mean, the ring is more important. I mean, it's only one time in our life.
No doubt. But you could have married your wife a few months later.
He chose the other ring. The other ring to put on his wife.
The more important ring in my life.
No doubt.
But yeah, definitely was jealous watching that.
Giovanni Marquez trying to run Wesley Ferrer out of the ring here in the early going. This is an aggressive version of Gio Marquez here in the early going. As Ferrer trying to counter over the top. And Marquez just trying to bulldoze Ferrer here, getting him pinned
good jab
in the Marquez corner.
Yeah, good jab from the right-handed stance. I seen him switch to the left hand and also jab, but Marquez said, you know, he looks big, wow. But he said he wants a dominating performance, so he's trying to get it the hard way.
So far, fair.
Going in.
When talking to Marquez's father and trainer, Raul Marquez, he said that the key for them tonight is they don't want to allow Ferrer to get into a rhythm, and he wants to see this more aggressive version of Giovanni as well.
Ferrer is landing some good jabs in this round, guys, and different angles, giving Marquez different angles.
I mean, look, and he switches too. He switch hits, so he's fighting from the left-handed stance now, and he looks sharp as far as offense.
Marquez just definitely looks like the heavier fighter in this. He's so much bigger.
Yeah, his legs are big. I've never really seen him this big.
It's just safe to say that Ferrer has the quicker hands here today. I mean, if I had to judge this round, I would give it to Ferrer, guys.
Ferrer countering well off the ropes as we head back into the corners.
Oh, you just give the round to Ferrer like that, yeah?
Yeah, I did.
I thought Marquez had a great start. He had a great start in the beginning. He landed some big shots. I don't know, but you just gave the round up already to Ferrer. He had a good ending, though.
We welcome you ringside here. Corey Erdman, Akin Barak, and Katz now joining us at the commentary table. Katz, what do you think of that opening round from Marquez?
I mean, I can see clearly the game plan of Marquez. What I would like to see more is some extra jabs, because we saw what you guys said, that at the end of the round, Ferrer was definitely working his jab, and it was very clean and it was landing. So I would like to see some more jabs and some more caution moving in.
Yeah. So do you agree with me or Barak on who won that first round?
It was a close round. It was a close round, but the jabs that Ferrer landed were definitely clear. The more clear punch of the round.
Now, you're obviously an expert on pressure fighting. When you have someone who moves as well as Ferrer, who fights off the ropes, what are some things you would look to do to get him trapped there to create some more opportunities for Gio?
I would say it's just keep working on your jab, cut in the ring, not circling around, and when you have them in the ropes, just work, don't wait for anything.
Round two now underway, and Ferrer showing that hand speed here.
Yeah, and I like Ferrer from the left-handed stance. And he just switched to the right hand, but he switched after getting out of position so that he doesn't get hit, and then switched to the right-handed stance.
Ferrer came into this fight with a good game plan, and switching, being a switch hitter and just giving him angles, throwing the jab, moving around, and not letting Marquez plant his feet and land big shots.
Well, it's this kind of calmness that is going to be required of Ferrer to win this fight, and it's something he's talked about adding into his personal life. He goes to the park every single day, he meditates. He says he's a different person than the one that we saw on Showtime those years ago.
Wow, I mean, that's good stuff to hear. And I was really wondering after basically a 2-year layoff, a year and 10 months, how he was going to respond to being hit and how he was going to look, if he was going to look sharp. He's not bad, but I think it's the game plan of Marquez that has him throwing less shots because he wants to land big shots.
Landed some big shots at it.
That's a good work for both men here.
Yep. Good exchanges in this.
Now Marquez is in the left-handed stance, throwing power shots.
And this is part of what Raul Marquez wanted out of his son, or more of, is the ability to stay in the fire, even if you take those shots, to stay there and continue with your combinations. And Katz, obviously, you know all about that.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it looks the way, but Ferrer definitely looks like the more experienced fighter in there right now. He's very slippery, he's experienced, he knows where to hack, where to turn. But Giovanni's doing a good work, and probably we'll see some breaking down the later rounds. That's what their game plan looks like.
Yeah, Giovanni looks like the stronger man. Even in that corner, in that exchange, Ferrer tried to get out of there, and Giovanni kept him in that corner. He's the bigger, stronger man. But right now, Ferrer's having some good moments.
Yeah, good
slipping
job.
and moving.
Good job. I mean, good jab, rather, from Ferrer. You know, I think Marquez kind of surprised him with this game plan because, good uppercut
there from Ferrer. But back comes Marquez with one of his own.
Wow.
In the fighting meetings, Ferrer says that Marquez waits too long. He's not waiting. He's on him.
He's definitely on him. He listened. But I do agree with Barack. I think Ferrer, from the southpaw stance, it's more effective. He has a little mouse under his left eye there.
We'll see how that develops. Looks like a little bit of swelling above the eye as well. We'll keep a closer look on that.
I mean, these are some heavy shots from Marquez, man.
Yeah, definitely the bigger puncher.
He's getting on his toes now. And that's the thing, you got to work your way in it. Don't get hit by that jab trying to land big shots. I like that he's on his toes now. You need to throw a couple of feints or jab your way in. Marquez not sitting down in between rounds. You ever see shorts like that,
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Brock. I was watching him in the second round. I think it's the first time I've ever seen, shorts with a drawstring at the bottom of them.
Oh, yeah, it's got the elastic.
Definitely got elastic.
That's
No
right,
drawstring, but elastic, right? Imagine drawstrings.
Round 3 underway. This has just been all-out pressure from Giovanni Marquez here.
But is it effective pressure, though? I mean, is he landing big shots? Because even though...
Big left hook connects there from Marquez.
I mean, he was landing some big shots. Yeah, he just caught one in there.
He's missing a lot of shots as well, guys. I don't know. I think we're both watching different fights here.
No, it's not. No, come on, stop. I mean, it's that he came out, Ferrer came out differently. He said, I'm going to use my feet now like I did in the first round and try to get away from these shots.
I mean, Marquez landing some good body work, and Ferrer comes right back.
I feel like the beginning of this round is definitely better beginning than the last round for Marquez.
I agree
The
with
last
you.
round, Ferrer definitely outboxed him.
Yeah, how can you agree with Katz when you just said, oh, no, he's missing. We're watching two different fights, and you agreeing with him now.
Shots.
We agree with him, not you.
I gave him the last round.
You don't agree with
It's safe to say this fight is not easy fight to score right now.
No, it's definitely a close fight.
I I will be Switzerland here, and Katz, you can speak to this, but part of being a pressure fighter is trusting your investment. Even if you lose some of these early rounds, will this kind of pressure pay off for Marquez? He's wagering, and the answer is yes.
100%. 100%. That's why he has to invest a little more in the body once he gets into the rope. Because Ferrer is so good moving his upper body too. Yeah. The lower body, it stays there. It stays there most of the times at least. So he should invest more.
I don't know what's going on here, guys.
It's a mouthpiece issue.
The mouthpiece, yeah.
And the Ferrer corner taking a couple extra seconds.
Father was looking for the extra mouthpiece, but wait, did they even rinse it?
No, sometimes they don't rinse it.
Fresh off the can.
Sometimes they don't rinse it. It took up too much time already. Yeah. The referee's like, just put it in your mouth.
I think the difference here, guys, is that Ferrer's power is really not effective against Gio. It's not making him think twice, not making him honest. That's why he's walking in comfortably. So though he's landing shots, they're not doing any damage, but still scoring points.
Combination there from Ferrer. Comes Marquez with a good left hand downstairs. A little bit of rough stuff on the inside. Ferrer lets go of another left hand.
I think Gio is getting better distance now on his shots, like not smothering himself. And I think that, letting the jab go like that is going to create those openings at the right distance.
Yeah, well, one thing I see is he's a little bit more defensively minded right now. You know, he's looking for those return shots, keeping his hands up, trying to get out of the way of those shots.
Definitely good lead right by Marquez right there.
So he's not just coming in trying to land big shots.
Definitely a better round for Gio Marquez for sure.
No stool needed in Giovanni Marquez.
Yeah, Gio definitely looks like the fresher fighter in there.
We take a look in the corners here. All right, Katz, before we let you go, from what you've seen here so far, what do you want to see out of Giovanni Marquez the rest of the way?
I want to see what I saw this round. This round he was more vigilant on his defense, and he was more effective on his offense because he used his jab more, and he has to invest some more in the body those early rounds, that we can see the change on the 6th, 7th, and 8th round down the distance.
So is it fair to say their fight is fairly even right now?
That's a close fight. That's definitely even fight. That's definitely a close fight. I feel like first and third round could go either way. Third round I would give Marquez. Second round I would give Ferrer. The other two rounds were very close.
All right, Katz, well, you don't have to be impartial anymore. We're going to let you go be a fan. You can behave however you want.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Great seeing you.
That's the newly married Andreas Katsarakis, one of the best 154-pounders in the world, and the winner of the OTX 154-pound tournament. As we get back to action here between Giovanni Marquez and Wesley Ferrer.
Ferrer's back on his toes, moving, fighting from long distance.
Double right hand on the inside there from Marquez.
Marquez switching to southpaw too, while he's walking him down.
So we asked Katz, but I'll ask you guys halfway through this fight. I mean, who do you have up?
Well, I'm not scoring. I haven't been scoring. I think it's a close fight. I think they both had their moments. Maybe if we look at the punch stats, I'd love to look at punch stats, and maybe we would probably see
good that left hand there from Ferrer.
Nice left hand. Yeah, love the way he's turning to the right.
Right.
Not letting Gio plant his feet.
But Gio showed us that he can actually get southpaw too, and probably nullify that as well.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing is that Marquez likes being southpaw on the inside in particular, and sometimes you will see that out of fighters. Doing some good work here as a lefty on the inside, but Ferrer again, every once in a while, will find that sharp counter like that.
Landing the telling blows. I just think Marquez is landing harder shots to the body. Seems like obviously the stronger man. Good uppercut landed there.
Both men landed uppercuts. Marquez maybe with the better one as Ferrer tries to come over the top. Both men just using that free hand.
Referee letting them fight on the inside. I like that. But something happened. Oh, the mouthpiece. That's why he grabbed. And the referee's like, okay, I see the mouthpiece, but I'm going to wait until there's a lull in action. He should have stopped it, but
both guys are putting in good work here by the ropes.
Like a little bit of blood coming from the mouth of Ferrer. Lands a terrific left hook there and will create that separation to get his mouthpiece back in.
I'm used to seeing the referee walk the mouthpiece to the corner to get it rinsed.
A lot of referees stop that because they just want the action to stop, to start back. And what happens is you take away from it. If a fighter's hurting another fighter, you're gonna rinse it? No.
Okay, but sometimes that wasn't that situation.
No, but sometimes that's a tactic by a fighter, so you don't give them that
Final
time to
30.
rest. Not saying that's what's happening, we don't know.
30 seconds of the round.
Much to the chagrin of dentists everywhere, but to the delight of boxing fans who want the action to continue looking like this.
And Marquez showing some speed there, little shoe shine.
Shout out to the Soul Arbiter class, which is the referee class I just took a couple of weeks ago.
That's why Barack has so much to say about reffing rules.
But for years, I've been taking this class for years, and I have a lot of knowledge on that. But it's just good to know, that's all. But shout out to Jack Reese for that.
Jack.
Take a look at the punch stats to this point in the contest, and according to CompuBox, you see right there, Wesley Ferrer outlanding Giovanni Marquez and basically keeping pace with him in terms of punches thrown.
Right, and that's what I was saying earlier. I was saying that they both had their moments, but if we looked at the punch stats, we're going to see that Ferrer landing more shots.
It just seems like Marquez is the fresher fighter in there.
I mean, he came here in shape. He's big and in shape, and he's trusting in his power. But I like what Kat said earlier, and I believe Marquez did that last round. Go to the body. If it's the knockdown you want, go to that body early so that maybe later on you can get that knockout. That's a smart corner over there in Ferrer, boy. Either it's the mouthpiece, it's the water. You got Andrew cleaning up the water from overtime.
Yeah, there was a lot going on in that corner between the water on the mat, the mouthpiece out. They were fixing Ferrer's trunks. I don't know how much time was actually spent on strategy there. We were doing more seamstress work.
Sometimes all you got to do is give your fighter a little bit more time.
A few more seconds.
A little bit more time.
Good work at the beginning of this round. Ferrer.
Marquez just making us ugly right now. Then being given the opportunity to work their way out of this, and it's Marquez who breaks free with a little shoe shine combination and a clubbing right hand at the end of it.
Nice.
Nice right hook.
Stepped out of range. Ferrer, good stuff.
Feints. You know, boxing pretty well. Footwork is doing well.
He's talented. Ferrer's talented. I mean,
right hand there as well from Ferrer.
Just you have to have some steam on those shots to really make a guy like Marquez think twice. And
his mouthpiece just fell out again. He caught it. Either it's in his hand or he put it back in his mouth. Yeah, he might have put it back in his mouth.
What's your assessment here, Brock? Is this a poorly fitted mouthpiece, or is this a fighter maybe with his mouth open a little bit too?
No, I think he's a little tired. I think he's a little winded and his mouth is open.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know if it's fitted properly. A mouthpiece shouldn't be coming out like that. Even with your mouth open sometimes, it's still stuck to the top of your mouth.
Yeah, but to Corey's point, if it's not fitted well,
yeah,
it would slip out.
You all remember Evander Holyfield with the double-decker mouthpiece that really plagued him more than once.
Yeah, the duplex.
Good chopping shot there, but back comes Wesley Ferrer.
I think Ferrer is just a little bit winded, and his style is based off his legs and movement. It's pretty too, but
and slipping,
a little winded maybe.
Marquez definitely the better conditioned fighter.
Remember, this was the round where Ferrer was stopped by Kane Sandoval, albeit that was a much more one-sided fight than this one is. This has been highly competitive, as the punch stats illustrated about 2 minutes ago.
For sure. Both guys landing some good jabs.
Ferrer has a pretty jab.
I mean, I think with the style that Ferrer has here, moving, slipping, and turning, you have to be in good condition to keep that pace going, you know, throughout this 8-round fight.
10 seconds of the round. Ferrer trying to step forward.
Landed a good left hook there.
Yeah, maybe a final statement right at the end of the round as we head back to the corners.
So the mouthpiece has been an issue throughout this fight, coming out a couple of times. And there was a moment in that particular round where it came fully out of his mouth. He caught it with his right hand while he was trying to evade shots from Marquez, kind of like in the back of the head, and put it back in his mouth. It was fully out.
During the exchange.
Yes. Still being defensive-minded because he's not really supposed to be getting hit in the back of the head, you know?
I'll be honest, guys, in an amateur fight as a 15-year-old kid, I was so tired I spit out my mouthpiece about 5 times just to get some rest.
I heard about that fight. I heard, and that was against a girl.
No, that was actually a Junior Olympic Regional Championship.
That you lost.
Disqualified.
But you fought.
From spitting out my mouthpiece too much. That's a real story. Too tired.
About time we heard the real story from this guy. That's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Round 6 underway in a highly competitive contest, as expected. And we framed this as the biggest step up in the career of Giovanni Marquez, and it has looked like it.
For sure, 100%. Great jabs landed by Wesley here.
That's right. If you're not going to jab your way in, head movements can get you in there as well. Gio.
Right hand to the body from Marquez.
Oh, wow.
What was that?
That was crazy. I don't know, Ferrer. For some reason, he like,
I'm not sure what that exchange was about.
Fell down with him, you know, like pushed his head down.
He's landing a lot of these straight left hands. It depends on what these judges are looking for. Gio is landing a lot of good body shots. Not clear flush shots.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very active round for Marquez, but not for Ferrer at the moment. He's going to have to pick it back up.
Well, to your point, Ak, I think it comes down to how do you contextualize what you're seeing from Ferrer? Are these meaningful shots? Are they kind of get away from me shots? Do the judges feel that he's doing what he wants to do? Right, exactly.
And I get your point. I mean, are you just trying to keep Marquez off of you type of energy? But a lot of those shots are landing.
Yeah.
And you know, credit to Marquez, those shots aren't affecting him. He's able to continue to apply pressure. But I'd like to see him land some bigger shots.
Oh! Like that one. Good left hand there from Ferrer. And yeah, and that is my point. How are the judges viewing what Ferrer is doing right now?
Well, we'll find out soon enough.
And the left hand over the top there from Ferrer. Ferrer backs Marquez up, albeit momentarily, with that straight left hand.
Thus far, neither guy hurt in this fight. I mean, I think Marquez landed some big, heavy shots, but Ferrer is still not showing signs of that power hurting him.
Final 30 seconds of the round.
Ferrer's a tough guy to fight from the outside, especially with him switching, actually coming in, throwing shots, kind of like Manny Pacquiao walk in, but he's good from both stances.
Yeah, and that was good work from Ferrer, just walking Marquez back. Nothing really happening, but it's saying, this sequence is over. I'm going to take you to a space where I want.
Yeah, and even when Marquez flurries in the corner, you know, Ferrer pulls back and lands short, clean shots.
Tough competitive fight here between Marquez and Ferrer. Once again, introducing Subway's new Fresh Fit menu featuring 4- and 6-inch subs with 20 grams or more of protein, tasty sauce, and a full serving of veggies, all under 500 calories. That's 20 grams of protein without sacrificing flavors. Sandwiches include grilled chicken and avocado, seasoned steak and avocado, Turkey and Ranch Delight, and Ham and Turkey Stacker. Keep moving with Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
I'm putting in my order right now, Corey. If you read that thing one more time like that, I want me a grilled chicken and avocado. Double meat.
Oh, okay. So Ferrer, you know, he started boxing at 14 years old, guys, and you know that's fairly late in this sport. Not too late, but he's very crafty. You know, and his father wasn't a trainer before him. I mean, he learned with his own son on the job.
It's incredible how often that happens. You hear that in boxing, that the father kind of learning how to coach his son.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I say 14 is late. Yeah, obviously you could start at 8.
But as of late, for some reason, I don't know if it's just me, a lot of guys been starting late and reaching high level of success.
But he is 33 years old, so that's still a 19-year career besides the 2 years that he took off, you know, and Marquez started at 12.
I'll tell you one thing, I bet most people can't guess.
A point is going to be taken away from Ferrer.
Wow.
For excessive holding, you saw the gesture from the official.
But he didn't give him a warning. That's the first time.
We didn't notice any warning.
No, he was not. He hasn't been holding in this fight.
I'm just giving. No, he has been holding. He has been holding, but I'm giving the referee benefit of the doubt that he's warned him, and he just didn't show us that he was warned him. Because look, he's talking right now. We don't know what he's saying.
I'm not.
We don't know what he's saying.
I'm not talking about the referee. We've been watching this fight. I haven't seen excessive holding. I haven't seen excessive holding. I've seen clinches from both guys. Sorry, I disagree.
Well, you got to know when the referee tells him to stop. And if he's stopping when the referee tells him, I can understand, but maybe he's not.
An uppercut there from Marquez. Now it's Ferrer trying to rough things up.
I guess I bet you most people won't guess who is Ferrer's inspiration as boxers. Adrian Broner. That's the guy that he looked up to.
A lot of guys don't say that. We've had a couple of fighters say that. Maybe he's the second one I've heard.
I mean, he's a 4-division champion, guys. It's not for anyone. Shout out to Adrian Broner.
But he liked everything about Adrian Broner. He said he liked his personality, he liked his style, he liked the things he says.
Good work by Ferrer. Uppercut right hook.
Good left hook there from Ferrer, but this is good work coming from Giovanni Marquez. These are heavy shots to the body now, sinking in from Marquez. Closing in on the final 30 seconds of the round. In a fight that, again, a couple of rounds ago, statistically looked razor close. You don't know what these scorecards are looking like, but with that point deduction, that now looms large.
Final 30 seconds of the round.
Combinations downstairs there from Marquez. Climbs the ladder with a chopping right hand.
Good work to close that round by Marquez.
I like when Marquez fights from the outside like that. He shows that he got boxing ability. He got good timing. I know we got punch stats, but we need a whole stat. Just so I can shut Ak up real quick.
A whole stat?
Let him know that.
What do you mean?
Hold. H-O-L-D.
No.
We need a whole stat because
excessive holding.
Ferrer has been holding. Now, holding is part of boxing. Clinching is part of boxing.
But it hasn't been excessive.
No. I think he's warned him a few times. I think he said, stop holding. Let him go. The mouthpiece thing that we just saw, that was holding. That was a moment of holding.
As we watch the corner of Wesley Ferrer, it looks like he has trouble holding his trunks up. That has been, again, the majority of the work going on in the Ferrer corner.
I see what you did there, Corey.
Outside of boxing work in that corner.
8th and final round. And if the Giovanni Marquez team was looking for a step up and for a tough test, they have found one here tonight in Wesley Ferrer.
They have. Oh, good counter by Ferrer.
And he knows that, you know, especially with that point deduction, he has to close the show and have a strong 8th round, because this fight, I'm telling you guys, I'm not sure what where the judges are going with this one.
Yeah, I was going to say, and if you're Ferrer, there are a lot of things telling you that you might need this last round. Of course, you assume you're on the road, you're in your opponent's hometown. And if you think that things are working against you in some way, you have to take matters into your own hands in the final round.
And that's what he's trying to do as Ferrer lands a big left hand, another left hand.
Right after Marquez landed a good lead left uppercut from the southpaw stance.
Back and forth action here, even in the final round. And that has been the pattern all night long.
Right. I would say Marquez got to let his hands go. Because you don't want to get out-punched by the guy who's not hitting you hard, but scoring.
Of course. Because Marquez is shoe-shining and throwing flurries of punches to the body, but those shots aren't clear landed shots.
I mean, if you
so it shows aggressiveness, but is it effective? He's not hurting the guy.
They're looking for a little more space here.
There's about 1:20 to close the show. Both guys have time to really solidify a victory here. I think this fight is up in the air, guys.
Good left hook a moment ago from Ferrer.
Got him in the corner.
Marquez again just using sheer physicality here to bully Ferrer back into his own corner.
See, there you go. See the hold or not? That's what I'm talking about. Not to say that I would tell my fighter to hold in those moments too, but that's what he's doing.
Both men trading right hands.
He's coming out of those exchanges with leather and landing big shots. I mean, it's a strategy. It's not excessive.
That's what I'm saying.
Excessive holding is every exchange, every clinch.
No. Holding is holding, bro. The referee is saying stop, you got to stop. Holding is holding.
I'm not sure we're watching the same fight.
I don't know if you're watching the fight.
But listen, guys, I think that this illustrates the complexity of scoring this fight. I mean, we'll see what the scores turn out to be unless we get a knockout in the closing seconds of this fight.
And I think Ferrer is doing good. I'm just saying there is holding, that's all. And that is a strategy.
So who do you see winning this round?
I'm not scoring a round. I think Ferrer landed more shots. That's why I said Marquez got to let his hands go.
Right hand to the body there from Marquez.
Oh, it's a good finish.
From Marquez, uppercut from Ferrer, and that will do it. This one will head to the scorecards. We're going to take a look back at some of the action. And this was an action-packed fight, Barack, as we look back at some of the highlights.
It was a very competitive fight. And that's the holding right there that Ak did not see. But yes, of course, that's a strategy. And I would tell my fighter to do that. And this is where you see Marquez did his best work. And he did a lot of body work when he had him up against the ropes. Whenever Ferrer was taking a break. And you gotta wonder what are the judges interested in? What do they want to see? Because there was a lot of outside shots that Ferrer landed.
Yeah, and I'm very interested in these scorecards because I think both you and Ak are reasonable people, and I think that reasonable people could have seen this fight in different ways.
Right, and we probably see it the same way. The only thing I'm saying, the argument was the referee right in taking a point? And I said he was justified. Right. Ferrer was holding.
All right, let's see what the judges thought as we send it back up to Lupe Contreras.
After going the distance inside the OTX ring, we consult the official scorecard to determine a winner. Judge Reyes scores it 79-72 in favor of Marquez. Judge Lopez 76-75 in favor of Ferrer. And Judge Torres scores about 77-74 in favor of the winner by way of split decision. Repping the DR, El Bongo Cero, Wesley Ferrer.
Wesley Ferrer pulls the upset on the road in Giovanni Marquez's hometown. A shocker here in H-Town. Vindication for Ak.
No, don't say that, because we weren't arguing who was winning.
I'm kidding.
And he's over here looking at me like I was saying something different. It was a good call with the point. I thought it was, with that scorecard 77-74, that made me think that it was for Marquez.
Right. That's the 79-72 scorecard for Marquez is a little out of whack with the other two scores.
Crazy.
Let's send it up to Ak, who's standing by with Wesley Ferrer.
Congratulations, Wesley. This is a very hard fight to score. Going into that last round, did you feel you needed to have a big round, especially with the point deduction, to actually get this victory?
I mean, they took a point away, so I know the last round had to be, I had to come out strong. But I felt like overall, I won the fight. Like, I just kept moving and boxing.
Were you okay with the point deduction? Did you feel you were holding excessively?
I mean, I'm not the referee, he's just doing his job. If he said he had to take me a point off, I'm okay with it. I just had to keep working.
Marquez landed some big body shots and landed some heavy shots while you were on the ropes. Did he hurt you at all throughout this fight?
Well, he got me, body shots were okay. He got me, I think, with an over right hand. He caught me pretty good. He's a strong guy.
This is his hometown. It was a close fight. Like I said, hard to score. Did you think going, when the announcer was giving the scorecards, did you think you would get the victory here in Houston?
Like I said, I felt like I did good overall. Thank you, everybody. Even those who's booing me right now, I appreciate the love.
Well, look, congratulations on the victory, man. Looking forward to seeing you again. Go back to the guys.
You see how Ak tried to make him say something that make him agree with his argument? That was crazy, but oh man, shout out to Ferrer. Great fight, great game plan, but close fight.
All right, we want to hear from Giovanni Marquez as well, and he is standing by with Ak.
Let's have a word with Gio here. Gio, obviously seems like you felt you earned the victory. Did Ferrer, what was the toughest thing to deal with throughout that fight with him?
First and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to all the Houston fans that came out to support me. Sorry I didn't get the decision today, but nonetheless, I gave you guys an entertaining show for sure.
Did you feel you needed to close the show in the last round to secure the victory?
I didn't necessarily feel I needed to, but that's what we trained hard for, to finish from start to finish. And I went out there to give it my all, and from beginning to the end. And to answer your question, what was the most difficult thing? I would say his holding. I came to fight, he came to hold, so it is what it is.
Do you feel that you deserve that victory tonight?
I definitely do feel I deserve the victory. I pushed the action, I came to fight, and I wasn't holding on like he was. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We learn from it and we move forward.
You want to send a message to everybody that came out here to support you today?
Big shout out to all the fans, friends, family that came out to support, all my sponsors. Thank you very much. The journey's not over. This is just the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Gio. Good fight. Guys?
Thanks again, Ak. So, obviously a frustrated Giovanni Marquez tasting defeat for the first time in the pros, and we're going to take a look at the final punch stats for this contest, and you see how even this fight was statistically across the board. Marquez outthrowing Ferrer by just a handful of punches. Ferrer outlanding him by just a handful of punches. A little bit more accurate as well, but Brock, you make this point all the time. It's a sport that is scored round by round.
Round by round, and you remember that he had a bigger lead in punch landed, and Marquez kind of caught up. He caught up by letting his hands go, but at the end of the day, it's what the judges see, and the judges see the young man win.
So, Ak, back at the desk. Ak, your final thoughts on this fight, especially having talked to both fighters.
I was saying it throughout the fight. I thought Gio put in some good work. I just thought Ferrer